Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're gonna make a quick video to show you how to fix your Dyson V7 direct drive if it does not spin. The Dyson V7 direct drive is notoriously easy to break. This thing just seems always find a way to broke in all sort of ways. Yeah, and this is the most hated head in all Dyson lineup, unfortunately. Yeah, Dyson. Probably have to think about it. So that's why they discontinued V7. But this video, we're gonna break it down, all the potentially fault you could experience with this head. All right. So if your V7 stops spinning, then the first thing you need to check is if the roller is able to running free. If your roller is jammed, most likely it's during an issue coming from the bearings. Okay, this is a bearing, and you have to try to move it. It should be moved freely like so. If it's not, or if the internal component, this part is moving together with this, normally it's the head jam in there, and there is a way to fix it. I'll show you later. Okay, so if this is the first case scenario, which is this thing stops spinning. Okay, and all right, problem number 2. If you somehow clean your V7 head, which is rare, people do that. No, actually, people often do that, more than you think. All right, so if you actually clean it with water, and then after you clean it, this stop spinning, unfortunately, there's a water damage to the motor. So you fry the whole motor. Any liquid like get in contact with this part will most likely fry the motor inside. So then it's not working. And the solution is to replace the motor. But you need to have a motor to replace for in the beginning. Cause number 3, which is the most common one, is due to a cable in here has been snapped. And this is the most common one. And normally it's we found, because we have a lot of customer coming here, we found the most common cause of this issue is how you're using this head. So if you say using a lot of maneuver like left and right like this, the chance for you to break this is very, very high. And what we found is the customer tend to break it first times, they will break it second time and third time and fourth time. So it's more to a habit of how you're using it. If you just keep it still like this instead of like that all the time, or this, and just gently like this, they should last you for a long time, 2 year plus. But it's if you use it really like roughly, or you use a lot of maneuver like this tend to break, unfortunately. And this somehow only happened to V7 head, which is a mystery. I think it's some material Dyson used or something, but V6 have same structure, V6 direct drive, but it does not seem to happen with V6. Or maybe V7 uses just rough as a vacuum. Okay, to show you how to check the cable is broken, it's actually quite easy. I'm going to use this head to demonstrate. All right, one screw, T8, remove this. Just use your hand to pop this. Okay, be gentle with that. And voila, you got your cable here. And then if you broke or snap, it will snap right there. All right, so all the years of experience, we found a way to actually extend the longevity of your cable, because sometimes Dyson, this cable, they run it really, really tight. Okay, they run it really tight. So over time, this bit here may cut into the cable to snap it. And then also this cable is, the material they use is not very flexible. So over time, you'll break. But if you pull the cable out a little bit like this, and then I think it could improve longevity of this head. So you have to pull the cable out like this, and then just thread it out a little bit more. So make it loose like this, not like tighten up. Okay, so this is a way to find out. And if the cable snapped, unfortunately, you can't fix it. You just have to chuck them, or I don't know what you're gonna do with it. But my experience is, if cable snapped, no matter what you do, it's just not gonna work. So I check all our cables for our head, and but you know, even that, people still found the way to break them, no matter what you try. All right, so come back to the tutorial on how to fix the problem number 1, which is bearing. So I already take this bearing off. I'm gonna show a video later on how to take this one off as the part 2 fix. So the part 2 fix will be taking the motor off. Okay, so these, if you have a flathead screwdriver like this, you can go in there and just trying to pry it open. It's a little bit tricky, I have to say. Look, okay, that's it. See that? Oh, you went back in. Damn. Okay, let's try again. All right, here we go. See that part? So now we've separated the bearings and this bearing holder. So if there's any dust or hair, it's most likely in here. You know, this one is clean. Okay, but you're able to take all the hair, dust, debris out of this, and your bearing should be spinning again. So just after you're done, just snap back in place. Your bearing should be spinning free like this. So then you fix your bearing issue, okay? Well, okay, number 2, now let's do the motor swap. Number 2, you have to do motor swap to fix it. You know, if you happen to have a part head from somebody, then you can do this. So first, let's unhook this part using a 5-cent coin, and this comes off, explodes, screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's take them out. All right, after you've taken out all the screws, now open up the head. All right, just be careful with it. All right, so this comes off, and the trick to take this off, push it down a little bit, and then move up, and done. Okay, you take the bottom plate off. So if you do want to clean it, you can do it this way. And now, let's take this part off. Find a flathead screwdriver, just push in here. All right, push in here again. Come on, yes. After you're done, just pull it out gently. Okay, so there's 2 cables there. Can you see? And use flathead. Use a plier and just pull it out gently. 1, 2. All right. So now this thing comes off, right? And then your bearing exposed. So if you want to fix your bearing, now's a good chance. And if you want to do the motor swap, that's a good chance. All right, just swap the motor, put it back in, and then use this, put it back in there, put it back in there. So to reverse the process. That's the only way you can fix, all right? But if the cable broken, unfortunately, you can't fix it. But there's a solution for that. All right, solution number 1. If your cable broke and you only have floorboards in your house, you can actually opt into a fluffy head. This head is much more durable, and it's very hard to break compared to a V7 direct drive head. And this head works better on the carpet floor anyway. This is one of the good condition V8 head we're selling. This called V8 fluffy, but V7 can use as well. And this is a refurbished V7 motor and dustbin. So let's just and this is the battery we're selling. High capacity V7. This one can last for about 30 minutes on the low mode, which is a little bit longer than Dyson's. Okay, let's put it in. And this head just works really well if you have hard floors like tiles, floorboards. Please don't use on concrete. And this is different constructions, so it works great with your V7 vacuums. And right, option number 2, if you have to use it for your carpet, we suggest to upgrade it to a V8 direct drive. But first, you need to check if your V7 have a back filter like this, and you open up and you have a sort of like green color motherboard. If it's If you have, that means you have a latest Dyson V7, which is exactly same as Dyson V8. All right, I'm telling you, you actually have a Dyson V8. So if that's the case, yeah, it's logically to upgrade it to Dyson V8. And this head is probably one of the best head Dyson ever made. And compared to construction, this one is much bigger compared to V7, right? And the other thing is the cable. You can see from there, it's so much thicker, and the chance you break it, it's very, very low compared to V7. And this is a very robust head. I think Dyson learned from all their mistake in the past and then made this head. And this head, it's an excellent condition one. You can buy from our website. And because if you break the V7 head before, most likely you will break another one again. So most logical decision is to upgrade to V8, as long as your vacuum can drive it. And then in that way, you have many, many years good use out of your V7. And the other thing is, besides battery, you also have better adapter options. If you like to blasting max mode all the time, which is not recommended, then you can get a better adapter to use with Milwaukee, DeWalt, and Bosch, Makita, this kind of tools, which are also available. I will list the link below. And in that way, you can fully revive your V7 vacuums. And also, if you do need to get batteries or a head or anything, don't forget to get a filter front and back, because over time that gets really bad, and especially if you wash them, because there's paper inside and you will affect your airflow. So getting a filter front and back, always get it at the same time. When you change batteries or you change head, then you can fully renew your vacuum. You don't need to clean inside of your dustbin, because that does not really affect the suction. The only thing affect the suction is your filters. Okay, so, and that's pretty much it. That's how you fix your broken V7 that does not spin. And then if this video helps you, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, help with the YouTube algorithm, help us to reach out more customers or more users that need our help. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.